Okay, this is just a quick one for my friends who don't believe in God. I have a question for you, and this is a serious question, and I'm asking it objectively. I'm not being conceitful or pretentious or anything like that. I'm being completely sincere. The question is, why do you blaspheme? A quick disclaimer, I'm not asking it out of judgment. I'm not offended at all. Personally, I understand why some people would get offended, just like Muslims might get offended if you say something about Muhammad. But personally, I find no offense in it, because a few years ago I was doing exactly the same thing. But this is why I just want to ask you really quickly to consider this question. Why do you blaspheme? Why, if you don't believe in God, why is God in your language? Now, I have my own theory. Many people will say, oh, it's just part of the culture. It's just ingrained into our language. If that is the case, point number one, if you consider yourself a kind person or someone that is considerate to other people, why would you think about it like this? And again, this is not me being offended, I'm just being logical. Think about it like this. Jesus Christ, for a Christian, for a serious Christian, the name Jesus Christ is literally the most valuable syllable formation in the universe. In the Bible it says it's the name above all names. Jesus Christ, the name has been glorified. I know that seems strange if you're not a believer to think that a name can be powerful. Now, another point, for myself, I've personally seen people healed in the name of Jesus. I've seen people set free in the name of Jesus. That's just personal, me testifying. So just consider that objectively, that for loads of people around the world, this name is the name of God. It's the name above all names. And you're using it as a cuss word. You're throwing it around. It's like, imagine taking someone's mum's name, right? Your friend's mum. You take her name, and every time you get surprised or you get angry or something's gone wrong, you say, oh, Deirdre. Your friend is gonna be, that's not cool. Your friend's gonna be really offended. And imagine that times like a billion, because this is God. This is a holy name. Even if you don't believe in God. That's point number one. Okay. When I started to consider Jesus, right, I got to a point where I wanted to know the truth about Jesus. I kept seeing testimonies, I kept hearing about people getting set free, all kinds of stuff, only through Jesus. So it caught my attention, and then I started to kind of investigate, who is this guy, who is Jesus? Before I even was a believer, I was just curious. One of the first things I started to notice in the secular world, in mainstream media, whether it's Hollywood or just BBC, whatever, mainstream series, mainstream movies, I could not watch a single episode of something without the name of Jesus being blasphemed. And this was before I even believed in Jesus, but it just caught my attention. I was like, this is very strange. And now I don't even watch that stuff, because I can't watch anything without them saying the name of Jesus like a cuss word. Your perspective might be, maybe it's not, but I think this would be a common answer, would be, okay, the scripts of Hollywood, of all of this, is just reflecting the culture. It's just like bouncing back. I would argue to say, actually it's the opposite. I would say that we reproduce what we consume. So I would say through our consummation of, I think that's the right word, through our consummation of media, we digest language, we pick up habits, we pick up mannerisms. And I would say that using God's name in vain is one of them. I'd also say that it's way beyond a coincidence that everything you see on TV, every program, every script in Hollywood has the name of Jesus blasphemed. You know, it used to be illegal not that long ago. Not that long ago, it was illegal to use the name of God and the name of Jesus in a script, like blaspheming. Look out for it. You will notice every single TV program, every single script, every single movie you watch will have the name of Jesus or something about God, and it will be rubbing it in the dirt. You know, when Jesus went in the desert, it was Satan that tempted him with riches, with power, glory, and fame. And I really believe it's the same for humans. It's the same for all of us, sorry. That if we want fame, glory, and power, directly or indirectly, we need to make a deal with the ruler of this reality, the ruler of this world, which is Satan. Which, for me, explains why all the popular mainstream movies, all the popular mainstream media is anti-Christian, because it's establishing who is the ruler of that media. It's Satan, it's not Jesus. I would take it as far to say that it's like, actually, if you want to be successful in the industry, if you want your script to be accepted, if you want it to go to the right people, if you want to pass the audition, or if you want to get the part in the acting, you have to accept roles that blaspheme, and the script must contain blasphemy. And I think that's almost like a transaction that takes place. It's like a must. Because Satan is the ruler of the industry, he's the ruler of this world. So in order to get up, you must tick certain boxes, whether you believe in Jesus or not, whether you believe in spiritual realities like that or not. It's putting down Jesus in order to get up in the world. Why does it have to be anti-Christ? Why can't it be anti-Buddha or anti-anything else? Why is it anti-Christ? And I'll tell you why. It's because Jesus is all-powerful. That's the truth. Is that there is power in the name of Jesus, and they want to defame Jesus. They want to degrade that name. It wants to keep people from the truth, which is in Jesus. It wants to keep people absorbed by the world, and away from Jesus, who ironically is the one that can set them free. Not the money, not the lust or any of that stuff. It's just a never-ending cycle. So that's all I'm asking, is just keep your ear open, keep your eyes open, and look out for it. Because we consume so much media. Just look out for it. You'll see. It's always putting God down, always blaspheming, and just ask yourself why. Why is that? Those who seek will find. It's a promise. God bless you.